Have you ever felt like your struggles are overwhelming, like life keeps piling on challenges and you just don't know if you can keep going? Maybe you've spent years convincing yourself something's inherently wrong with you, anxiety, depression, or just being stuck in a never-ending cycle of negativity. But what if I told you that sometimes, what we label as insurmountable problems might just be illusions we create for ourselves? Hi, and welcome to Wise Valley, your go-to channel for practical self-improvement. In today's video, we're diving deep into the mental battle many of us fight every day. The feeling that we're broken, stuck, or just not good enough, and how to take back control of your life. Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on new ways to become the best version of yourself. Let's start by unpacking why so many of us feel this way. Why do we fall into this mental spiral where we think something is inherently wrong with us? First, emotional overload can distort our perspective. When life feels overwhelming, it's easy to assume it's because we're flawed or incapable. Small issues snowball into something bigger in our minds, making us feel like we're carrying the weight of the world. Second, psychological self-talk plays a huge role. Many of us have an internal critic, this persistent voice telling us, "You're lazy," or "You'll never get it together." Over time, we start believing this narrative, even when it's not based on reality. And then there's the environmental factor. We live in a world where comparison is everywhere. Social media shows us the highlight reels of other people's lives while we're hyper-aware of our own struggles. This can make us feel inadequate, even if we're doing just fine. Realizing that these feelings don't always stem from trauma or serious mental illness is a crucial step toward healing. It's okay to acknowledge that sometimes we might just be stuck in bad habits or thought patterns. That's good news, it means we can change. Here's the game changer. Recognizing that nothing is inherently wrong with you is freeing. It shifts the narrative from, "I'm broken," to, "I can take responsibility for my life." It means that while the challenges you face are real, they don't define you, and they don't have to dictate your future. But how do we move forward from this realization? How do we turn this knowledge into actionable steps? Let's break it down. The first step is to start journaling. Writing your thoughts down forces you to confront the stories you're telling yourself. It helps separate facts from feelings. How to begin? Set aside 5 to 10 minutes every day to write. You don't need fancy prompts. Just ask yourself, what's on my mind today? Use this time to reflect on the whys behind your thoughts. For example, if you feel lazy, ask yourself, what specifically makes me feel lazy? Is it because I skipped a workout, or is it just a passing feeling? Real-life example. Take Sarah, for instance. She always thought she was unmotivated, but when she started journaling, she realized her so-called laziness was her body's way of signaling burnout. Journaling gave her the clarity to restructure her day and prioritize rest when needed. Exercise isn't just about staying in shape, it's one of the best ways to improve your mental health. Physical activity releases endorphins, reduces stress, and provides a sense of accomplishment. Practical steps. Start small. A 10-minute walk around your neighborhood can work wonders. Find an activity you enjoy, whether it's yoga, dancing, or hiking. Schedule it into your day like an appointment. Why this works. Exercise shifts your focus from overthinking to action. It reminds you that you're capable of making positive changes, even on days when you don't feel like it. When was the last time you did something purely for joy? Hobbies are powerful tools to help you reconnect with yourself and rediscover what makes you happy. Ideas to try painting, writing, or learning an instrument, gardening or cooking, joining a local sports team or book club. Real-life example, take Alex, who felt aimless after graduating college. He picked up woodworking as a hobby, and not only found it therapeutic, but also turned it into a small side hustle. One of the most effective ways to take control of your mental narrative is by challenging the negative voice in your head. Techniques to try name your inner critic. Treat it as a separate entity, like an annoying neighbor. This helps you detach from the negativity. Replace negative thoughts with neutral or positive ones. Instead of saying "I'm lazy," try "I'm learning to balance productivity and rest." Use affirmations. Statements like "I am capable" might feel awkward at first, but they retrain your brain over time. Tool recommendation. Apps like ThinkUp or Headspace can guide you in practicing positive affirmations or mindfulness exercises. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, focus on what's within your control. Shift from a problem-oriented mindset to a solution-oriented one. How to do this? Create a gratitude journal to highlight what's going well. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what can I do about this right now? Break larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. Real-life example. Emily, who struggled with procrastination, started using the 2-minute rule. Whenever she felt overwhelmed, she'd focus on doing just 2 minutes of the task. Often, this momentum carried her through the entire activity. Here are some resources to help you on your journey. Books: Atomic Habits by James Clear, The Subtle Art of Not Giving AF by Mark Manson. Apps: Notion for productivity, Day One for journaling. Podcasts: The Minimalists Podcast or On Purpose with Jay Shetty. Remember, growth isn't about being perfect, it's about progress. It's about showing up for yourself, even on the tough days. By shifting your mindset, adopting small habits, and focusing on what's within your control, you can transform the way you approach life. You're not broken, and you're not alone. You're capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. If this video resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need to hear this message. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Wise Valley for more practical self-improvement tips. Let's grow together, one step at a time. What's one small step you'll take today to regain control of your narrative? Let us know in the comments below. Your journey could inspire someone else to take the first step.